This is Talk About Topeka on Gab Local TV and TV25. This episode brought to you by Field of Greens and The Break Room. And here's your host, Chris Schultz.
All right, so we have an important reminder for you. Get those calendars out, mark them down for June 4th. We have an event that's going to blow you away. Well, sort of. Bill Kurtis is coming to town to talk about the 1966 tornado that blew Topeka away. And here in the studio, we have Zach Ahrens, the president and publisher of the Topeka Capital Journal, joining us to discuss an important event that's coming up surrounding the details. How are you, Zach?
Doing well, thank you.
Great. Okay, so we have this big spread coming out, this big magazine that's coming out about this that you guys are putting out with online features and videos that people can check out. This is very cool stuff.
Yes.
So mention that really quick just to give us the details about that.
Right. So really it's a trifecta. So we have the printed magazine that you spoke about, which really has been the curation and culmination of a whole bunch of great stories, people reminiscing about the growth and just everything that's happened after the tornado, then on our website. So we've gathered so much information, right? So many photos, so many stories, just all the different things, explaining what happened in the aftermath, that we had to house it somewhere that would have be interactive, right? To be able to take all the video and all those things. So now we have a website as well that will be open and available to people. What we also like about the website is we see this continually growing as more people come and say, I was there, I want to tell my story as well. And so we're hoping that there'll be that interaction that people will have from the website, and it will continue to grow, and people can look at it and glean different things, because really it encompasses so many different aspects of the tornado, and just so many great stories.
Well, I had to say thank you to the Capital Journal for putting together this resource, this historical resource that we can use, that uses today's technology to tell the story of something that's very crucial to what we're doing.
Thank you. It's our pleasure. It's what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this event that's coming up with Bill Kurtis at Washburn University, this is something everybody should get out to and check out, because Bill Kurtis is such a cool guy.
He's just a very, very talented person. He's he's a native, and you look about where his career started here, and where it's taken him, and it's exciting.
So people in Topeka have the opportunity to show up at Washburn and actually hear this guy talk. It's very cool.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Yes, there's a VIP event where you can actually shake his hand, visit with him, share your story personally with him, maybe get his autograph while he's here as well. Enjoy some good food and good conversation with old and new friends. And that's at the VIP event. And then from there, folks can just walk right over to White Concert Hall and enjoy the evening program that will have a video that our friends over at KTW put together for us, as well as some interviews and some Q&A, and just a very good, positive evening that we're looking forward to sharing with our readers and community members.
That's very cool. Okay, so we'll say it real quick and then we'll get back to it again. You can get your tickets for that at cjonline.com/tornado. So check that out.
Yes.
And you can get tickets for that event and for the VIP blast there. Now, another thing that's really cool about this is putting this all together, the pictures, the photographs.
Yes,
That's been a job, right?
It has been a job. I mean, the curation of all those photos, and many of them had to be scanned and digitally prepared for the presentation through the various media that we have available, right? So, over 700 photos, videos, stories, testimonials, interviews, maps, graphics. I mean, there's a lot to tell this story, and to try to tell it as concisely as possible.
And everybody's got a great story.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that has been interesting for our reporters, is they're gathering all this, is they're hearing stories for the first time, some of them, as their grandma's telling a story, and the grandson or granddaughter's hearing this for the first time, and just different elements that are being remembered and reflected on, and then somebody else comes and said, yes, I was there too, and I remember this, and just adding that insight. It really gives you, in all your senses, you can almost smell the smells and hear the things and see it, and feel like, for those like myself that wasn't here during that time, you really have a sense of compassion for those that went through that, but also a sense of pride in our community to see, wow, look where we are today, and really in many ways as a result of what happened there 50 years ago.
And the tremendous community spirit that it took to be able to bring everybody together.
And the urgency of it, how quickly people didn't just kind of sit for a little bit and say, I wonder if we ought to rebuild, or I wonder what we ought to do. They just started going right away, and I think that says a lot about the quality of folks that we have here.
Absolutely. We look out for our own here in Topeka. And event that's coming up. I hope everybody will get out to this thing and check it out, because it's really a once in a lifetime opportunity kind of thing. It's not like a 50-year anniversary of this big tornado is going to come up every time, and Bill Kurtis is going to come to town and talk about it. I mean, it's so iconic to so many people around here, this experience.
Yes.
And we're really going to be able to commemorate that, and not just for the event, but the wonderful publication that you guys are putting together.
Yes.
This stuff is, this looks beautiful. It really does.
Well, I appreciate it, and we're excited to present it to the public. It's over 100 pages, very content driven. It really tells some stories. I believe, and here's what I've learned so far, as we've kind of shared and had people look at this a little bit. It's very, been very tight. We want to hold it tight, but until we're ready to release it. But people said, I didn't know that, or I didn't realize that. So these are people that are history buffs that have been in Topeka all their lives that are, So, whether you're newer to the community, whether you live through it yourself and you consider yourself, I'm pretty smart on what's going on, you'll learn something new.
Absolutely.
A must read.
Absolutely. And you get to watch videos and check out all the pictures. It's so cool.
Yes.
Now that issue comes out, what's the date for that?
Yes. Well, our home delivered subscribers will get it on Sunday, June 5th.
Okay.
However, if you can't wait, and you're like me and you just can't wait, you can come to the VIP event or the public event, and you can get that the day before and have Bill Kurtis autograph it for you on Saturday, June 4th.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Zach, thank you so much for coming out and telling us all about this. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate all the work you guys do over at the Capital Journal to keep us all updated on what's going on in the community. So get your tickets, folks. Check it out. Twist of Fate, Topeka Tornado, 50 Years Later, an Evening with Bill Kurtis, Saturday, June 4th at the Washburn University. The VIP event is at the Bradbury Thompson Center, and you can see the public program at White Concert Hall. Get those tickets at cjonline.com/tornado.